Welcome back to the Gold Spartan, and in this video we're going to be discussing what the differences are in stacking gold bars, gold coins, and gold rounds, and why should you stack some more than others. And this is really just based on my own personal opinion and some of the things that I've learned while stacking. So this is definitely not going to be the end-all answer to which one's best, because I think that depends on what your goals are. But I am going to go over some of the kind of the positives and negatives of each. So we'll start off with gold bars. So here's an example of a 5-gram Pamp Swiss Lady Fortuna gold bar. And what's nice about these is that their premium is generally a little bit less. And so what premium means is you have spot price of gold. Anything that you pay over the spot price is what the premium is. And so when you compare a 5-gram bar premium versus something like a 1/10 ounce gold eagle, the premium on these is definitely much greater than it is on a bar. So which one's better? Well, a lot of it really depends on what do you prefer to stack, what excites you the most. When I started my gold stacking journey, and you can go back and look at my beginning videos, I had tons of different types of gold and silver and everything. And when I got into it, I realized that a lot of it didn't excite me. I wasn't that interested in it. And so I ended up selling it. And I'm kind of rebuilding my stack now of just the things that I really like. So I like these 5-gram bars. I like the look of them, and I like that they're easy to sell if I needed to. And so that's the part I'm going to talk about now in comparison to the different sizes. So what about a 1 ounce bar versus the 5-gram? Well, the 1 ounce bar is definitely going to have even less of a premium, but it's going to be harder for you to sell and still profit or get your money back the bigger that you go. So, this is, if you were to get this for 250, I think on AppMex right now, they're like $260. That's reasonable for someone to be able to just pay, and a lot of people. And so you can sell this pretty easily. But having to drop $1,500 on an ounce, you're going to have less people to sell to. Now, in an emergency, you absolutely can take this to a pawn shop, and a pawn shop's going to buy from you all day long, or a coin shop. But you're going to get under spot for these. You're almost never going to get actual spot, which means you're going to lose money. Now, if it's a pinch and you need it, then yeah, you might feel that that's worth it. But when we're talking about doing this and staying profitable, or at least keeping the value of your money, then it makes more sense for you to stack items like this, because it's a lot easier to flip. Now, what about the difference between a bar and something like a 1/10 Gold Eagle, or a Krugerrand, or any of the other 1/10 size gold coins? Well, the first thing, especially with the Gold Eagle, is that these are very well known, and so people will buy these all day long. These are also only anywhere between $150 to $160 per coin. So again, they're very easy to sell, easy to buy, easy to stack. And a lot of people talk about the premium on these. And so if you were to look at, the spot price of Eagles right now is about $150, but you'll see people buying them for $160, $165. And people say, well, you're not going to get that premium back. Well, you really are, because there's always a premium on Eagles. So depending on what spot price is, you're still going to be able to sell these. And actually, one thing I just kind of realized as gold went way up recently is that these were still selling in the same price range, that they didn't necessarily go up with the extreme price of gold. They stayed around the same. And I would imagine that would happen anytime that gold spot changes. Now, if gold were to go up to 1600 and stay there, then the price of these would definitely go up. So for that reason, you're still going to get your premium back. And I personally just like these, the look of them better, and enjoy stacking them. So you can see I've got 8 1/10 Eagles right now. And then I've also got 2 1/4 Eagles. And so these are a little bit pricier. And so, eventually when I get a much bigger stack here, I'll probably go ahead and get the 1/2 and the 1 ounce versions of this just to complete the set. But I'm holding off on that for a little bit. So what are the benefits of these? Well, number one is they're backed by a government, and that's what a lot of people stick to, because even though these are $5 in face value, they are still a government-backed currency. And so not only do they have gold value, but they have face value. Now, obviously, you would never sell one of these for $5, but it's just the fact that it is government-backed. Also, if you counterfeit one of these, it is a felony. Much, much worse punishment than something like one of these or any other gold coin that is just bullion, because it's not government-backed. So the penalties are not near as bad. Does that mean you're going to find fakes out there? You're not going to find fakes out there? No, you will find fakes, just like you will with anything, but it's less likely because the punishments are so severe. The last option that I have here is just gold coins. So they don't have any value. They don't have any face value. They're not backed by a government, but they do have gold value. So these are just some 1 gram, half gram little coins with the 4-leaf clover on it. I just thought these were pretty cool. And so grabbed a couple of them, but these are just gold bullion. And so there generally is not going to be any additional premium to these, or very little, except that, and here's another concept, the smaller that you go, so the premium on this is going to be less than the premium on this, because this is a 1/4 ounce and this is 1/10 of an ounce. The lower in size that you go, the bigger the premium. And so if you were to calculate the spot price of this, it's less than what these typically sell for, and that's just because of that. But there's not any additional premium due to face value or any of those types of things. So which one's better? Tough question. It really depends on which one is going to get you stacking. For me personally, I stack as a savings account. I'm not trying to get rich with this, but I'm able to save money by buying gold, and I know that I can get my money back if I need to. But if I wanted to spend this, I have to go through a bunch of steps to do that. And so it's a way for me to save, long term, and go from there. So I stack mainly these types of 5 gram bars and eagles. And then I might add a few things here and there that I like, but overall it's going to be what I want. As long as it's not, I try and get all of these as close to spot as possible. And so that's really another factor of which one am I going to buy. So I wish I could give you a more definite answer, but there's really not a single answer for anybody. You need to determine, what are your goals. Are you trying to flip gold? And so are you trying to buy low and then immediately sell high? Well, there's probably going to be a particular product that does better for you. Are you trying to, ride the market and buy now, and then in the future when gold's much higher, sell? You're probably better off going with bigger chunks, like a 1 ounce bar or bigger, because the premiums are lower, and it's going to go up or down based on the actual spot price of gold. So I hope that help clear up, anything for anyone that's trying to decide, one or the other. Really decide which one is going to help you stack more. So for me, again, there's a case that holds 25 of these, and so I want to fill the case. And so that's going to be a lot of gold, and that's going to be something that I, add to over time. I also want to, I used to have this, but I ended up selling them. I want to have an ounce of gold for every denomination. So 10 of these, I want 4 of these, 2 of the half ounce, and then 1 of the 1 ounce. And then from there, I'll continue stacking and probably add on to that. But find something that is going to help motivate you to put money into gold, into silver, and save it. And I think that's kind of where you start and go from there. So hopefully you learned something. If you have any more specific questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more regularly as I get more gold and silver in, and as I pour some more silver. So remember that I do pour my own silver, and so I'll be posting some more videos of that. And also make sure to check me out on Instagram, where I do post just about every day with anything new going on. And that's the Gold Spartan 23 is the username on Instagram. So hope you'll have an awesome day. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next time.